just like Sonic. Soon, I'm gone. When I'm in my zone, I get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, nah, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out killing clones. Coming in strong, like, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating this a party, wanna count the time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mine. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down, tear down. Everybody eating this a party, wanna count the time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Yeah, you in the lead, but you ain't hooping around and tear out. Before you judge me, you need to go and wipe the mirror off. Try to turn me down, only thing you did was veer off. Showing fake love, I can tell it once I say it all. I just stay cool, acting like it wasn't weird at all. Most of the people that you meet are not who they appear at all. If you want on top, then you wouldn't hear it cheer at all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier at all. I ain't got no talk cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk dog, it's a room full of Bryans. I'm royalty, that means that it's in my bloodline.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Tonight, we wrap up the first 13 weeks of the season with a good Monday nighter between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And from his own end zone, Alontae Taylor will return it. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jameis to throw it. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Brad, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Brady. They'll swing this out to Fournette. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
And his kick here is good. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Kamara gets it again on second down. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So if they can win here in Tampa, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. Shaquille Barrett there pushing upfield to make the stop.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And that's good for a gain of 6. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, Winston. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Well, this defense for the Saints, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
From the 29, Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Buccaneers at 0-11 now in the year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders, both in the locker room and the coaching staff and, of course, ownership, because they've got to get a clear understanding about how everyone feels. Because to me, you've got to focus on everyone in the locker room right now. That's what you're playing for. The future, it'll take care of itself.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Up the gut, Fournette. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Marcus Davenport brought him down, the UTSA product.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From midfield, here's Brady. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa Bay! And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. On the return, it's Taylor from his end zone. And he's out of bounds on the return on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal up after that. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing, Winston steps away to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Winston. He completes it to Olave. Touchdown, Saints. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And it will come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 2nd and 9, Brady. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
The sack backs him up, 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And here's Taylor on the return. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Winston. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the the season.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, it's Kamara. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the 1st, right around the 15. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Winston to the sideline here on 4th down, and Will Lutz gets set for a New Orleans field goal try. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. This is intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Following the interception, Winston. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Devin White The outside linebacker dropping him for a loss of 6.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
This defense is really flirting around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Taking it about the 36. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before half for Brady. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Brady going to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Brady now to throw. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. His throw incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. They'll go draw here. Winston hands to Kamara. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. This is caught by Evans. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers have retaken a third-quarter lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Vita Vea stopped that play in its tracks.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Winston on 3rd and 2. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On play action, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Third and long for Winston. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these threes into sixes.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Hey, 66. No, 66.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady airing this one out for Evans. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And some room to roam now. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Jameis to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Winston now from the 50. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
On 2nd and 9, Brady airing this one out for Evans. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth-quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
That fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Winston. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. There comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Inside handoff down to Fournette. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it again with Fournette. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Now Brady. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Here's a give to Fournette. Demario Davis there on the stop. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. This defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Fournette once more on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, Fournette. And he is not going anywhere. He will not even get back to the line of scrimmage as the clock will stop at the 2-minute warning. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up fourth. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Well, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It's complete. Kamara. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Winston. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely four-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
On 3rd down, Winston. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 44-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Again, it's Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
One last shot at the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
One last shot now for Winston. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game.